Hi, this is Shannon from Strategic Intervention Solutions. We're going to check out today how to play the Math Mights Showdown. It's one of our newest games that we have out, and it's using our special characters, DC and Abracus. Both of these characters are part of our Math Might collection. And so in this game, we're going to use it for first grade students, and we're learning these two strategies that we use in addition. Our DC, and then we also we're going to learn to talk about how to use Abracus. For the setup for this game board, it really is just more of an activity to help kids kind of do what's called the Math Mights Showdown, which means they get to show their skills in first grade, or any child that's just learning single digits and need to have a strategy. So there's a variety of different problems on the game board. We have some counters that you're going to put kind of on your space when you're kind of showing off to your partner. And so I'm going to start off first with a red counter, and I'm going to go ahead and put mine on 6 plus 5. 6 plus 5 is going to be my problem, and I'm going to choose to solve this with my friend Abracus. I'm going to be using some markers instead of using pencils today so that you can see how I'm solving it. Some students, when they're looking at the problem, 6 plus 5, may have difficulty. So you can bring in any kind of concrete tool to help kids understand how Abracus works. He likes to zap numbers so that they can change to a number that Abracus is most familiar with. So in this case, as Abracus is looking at the problem, 6 plus 5, he wants to zap this off, because when he looks at this, he knows that it's 5 plus 5 is 10, and it's a friendly double that he knows. But however, that's not the answer, because he has to add that one back in to get 11. This would be the concrete way to show it if students need it. Otherwise, students are going to record their answers on their recording sheet here. And so I'm going to kind of put it here where I have my 6 plus 5. Abracus zapped that number 6, and he changed it into a 5 plus 5. Abracus likes to hold on to his wand and kind of make note that he actually took away 1 from what he was doing. So 5 plus 5 is 10, and Abracus is going to use his magical power to zap that number back on to do 10 plus 1 equals 11. So in this case, I went and I decided to solve my problem. My friend is going to head and grab the blue counter and pick a problem that they want to kind of show that they know how to answer. So my partner might decide to pick 8 plus 5. 8 plus 5, we're going to put on our recording sheet here, 8 plus 5. And my partner is going to choose to use our friend DC. DC holds a mallet and wears a hard hat, because as he's going through Mathville, he likes things to be very organized. If a student doesn't understand how to add 8 plus 5 to make that friendly number 10, you can use one of our math manipulatives, which is the Counting Buddy Senior. I'm going to have all of the beads cleared to my Counting Buddy's head so that I can show concretely how we're going to show 8 plus 5. We're going to pull down 8 beads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So kids can see that the 8 that we're looking for is displayed here. I'm going to add on 5 more. Sometimes when students are learning the Make a 10 strategy, they really need to see it in a concrete way, and the Counting Buddy is a great way for kids to see that. We know that DC likes to have temper tantrums, and he does not like it when there's not a friendly 10. So he's going to smash or decompose that 5 into 2 and 3. He's going to put that 2 with his 8 to make a nice friendly 10. And now he sees the 10 plus 3. This is showing it concretely for students that need it. As kids start to draw and show their way that they're using DC, they would pick up their DC pencil and describe to their friend in their showdown what they're doing. I decomposed the 5 into 2 and 3. He added together the 8 plus 2 to get that nice 10 in the yellow, and then added the 3 to get 13. A great tool for students to use that's on our website, whether you're using a double 10 frame or the Counting Buddy. It's a very simple way to get kids to understand how to do this strategy. We're going to show 2 more examples. A person that's going to be red is going to go ahead and put their counter on 8 plus 4. So for 8 plus 4, they're also going to decide to use DC. So 8 plus 4, We know in looking at this, DC is not very happy because one of these numbers could be friendlier and could be closer to a 10. DC is hoping that that 8 will be a 10, so he's going to take his mallet, smash and decompose the 4 and 4, or 4 into 2 and 2, put that 8 and 2 together to get their 10 plus 2. Again, if students are struggling with this concept, you want to be able to show this again using the counting buddy, showing that we have our 8, and now we're going to add our 4. Decompose it to make our 12. My friend's going to go one last time to show again how we would use the strategy with Abracus. And so my friend that's blue is going to go ahead and put theirs on a problem that they think would lend itself to Abracus. And so in this case, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do a little bit of a harder one just to kind of see sort of the way of thinking that kids can come up with a variety of ways of thinking of the numbers that they're looking at. So let's say I decide to do 9 plus 8, a lot higher of a number. And so I'm going to take my Abracus, and the kids would pull these pencils out of their cup to show off their strategies in the showdown as to how they could do 8 plus 9. I have Abracus here. He really likes 9 plus 9. So in this case, he's going to zap the 8, and he's going to add 1 to the 8 to make it 9 plus 9. He knows that 9 plus 9 is 18, which makes it a lot easier to solve. But the answer really isn't 18 because Abracus added 1. So now he needs to say, I want that back, and take it off again to get the 18 minus 1, which would give us the 17. That's the answer. If kids are needing a conceptual way to see this, you also can do the same problem on a double 10 frame mat where I could build 8 as my first add-in, and then I can build 9 as my second add-in. Kids can look at this and try to think of how they can come up with a way that they are able to add 1. And so kids will be able to look to see if they added a counter here that would even it up to make it 9 plus 9, which is 2 less than 20. And then they can take that counter off again to sort of see it. Kids could also do 8 plus 8 and then use this strategy. The strategy that we're using is called compensation. The way students would play this game in your classroom is really just to do a showdown of activities as they are describing how they would solve. And so these strategies that we did was reviewing how to do DC and also doing Abracus. DC decomposes to find a friendly number, and Abracus uses the strategy that we call compensation. A lot of times in first grade, you might say doubles plus 1, doubles minus 1, doubles plus 2, doubles minus 2. But later, as kids get older, this strategy is used as compensation. You can check out all of our friends on our website and look at all of our pencil toppers that we have to offer. It's our Math Might pencil toppers that come with all of the characters in our Math Might series, as well as in the level 2. You can also bring in our Math Might addition and subtraction dice as students start to learn the other characters in our collection of Math Mites. But for first grade, we're only worried about students knowing how to decompose and to use that early parts of compensation to set them up for success. Thanks so much for joining us. We hope that you check out our YouTube channel for other information as well as our website at sis4teachers.org.